Welcome back to The Edge. In today's podcast, we'll be exploring three major headlines from the SEO tech world. First, Google has brought continuous scroll to desktop search results. Second, Google has rolled out a December 2022 helpful content update. And finally, ChatGPT is the latest tool for content and SEO. We'll be taking a closer look at each of these stories and the implications they have for the SEO industry. Welcome back to The Edge. In today's episode, screw that, all your sites are going to be on page one. The next phase in the helpful content update is rolling out right now. We wanted ChatGPT to write this entire thing. Well, it did. You choose. You're listening to News from The Edge for the weekend, December 12th, 2022, here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
This is Edge of the Web. I'm your host, Aaron Sparks.
It's so good that you're back today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was a long weekend.
Really looking forward to this week's show.
I think so too.
Lots of great news stories.
Get me out of here.
It's like SEO ASMR.
Like mystery theater here.
Well, you know, hey, have to try it every once in a while. So that was a GPT chat scripting of the show headlines. I just had to go that direction. I mean, because it was completely benign, right? Lackluster. That's what I'm saying.
It was wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you scare me if you like that. This is Edge of the Web. I'm your host, Aaron Sparks. Thanks for joining us. I'm the owner of Site Strategics. We cover SEO, digital marketing news, separate from our weekly interview series, getting you more news more quickly than ever before. Be sure to check out all of our recent shows over at edgeofthewebradio.com. That's edgeofthewebradio.com. The title sponsor of the show is Site Strategics. This is the Site Strategics Digital Marketing News Desk. We're proud to have our company as the title sponsor of The Edge. That's not going to happen for very much longer. We have a new title sponsor coming up in January. So, hey.
We do?
Yeah, we do. It's a surprise. I can't tell you. It's a surprise.
It's not Wix.
Yeah, I know that. We're proud of our team here at Site Strategics, one of the top companies in our region, Morty, of the internet. That's the reason for our show, and we'll talk a little bit more about what we do over here at Site later on the show. Joining me in the, well, he's not in the studio, but joining me on the interwaves here is Morty Oberstein. He's the head of SEO branding over at Wix. Morty, how you doing, sir?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great.
How'd you like the intro? Is that a better, smoother intro?
Not worse.
Not worse. Thanks.
This is kind of what AI content is. It's not worse.
It's milquetoast. That's what it is.
Literally not worse. It's the same thing as the rest of the internet regurgitated for you.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that what we're doing here? We're regurgitating the rest of the internet?
In a way.
Which one of you is the bot?
Nose goes. All right. What's going on over at Wix today?
It's a massive company with like 5,000 people. I don't know. A lot of stuff.
Are you planning on participating in the show? I mean, this is the show. You realize that.
No, what kind of questions going on at Wix today?
Did I
Well, we
forget
have
to
a
say
webinar.
that we're recording?
We have a webinar summarizing our year in dev, which is nice because you get to hear about the dev from the dev people as opposed to hearing about like the development production from marketing people.
Right?
So straight from the horse's mouth, not the other mouth.
Yeah. That's going to be good. And when is that?
Well, I don't know when are we planning on pushing this episode out?
That would be the 13th, Bob.
When, is it today the 12th?
It is.
And then it's today.
Son of a... Are you serious? Oh, today. The 13th, today.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
13th.
Are you getting prepared for it?
Yes, actually.
Great.
I have a whole bunch of banners and I'm going to tweet out stats. You want to hear a spoiler? Like a stat?
Yeah, hit us.
Okay. Well, more than 900,000 Wix users connected to Search Console in 2022 alone by using the Wix Direct Connection.
You can say a little bit more excited exclamation.
Oh, okay. More than 900,000 Wix users connected to Google Search Console in 2022 alone via the Wix Direct Connection to Search Console.
There it is. See? Got to bring that power. Got to bring that oomph.
Take that, Daniel Weisberg. We're bringing the Search Console folks to you.
Are you going to wear that on the webinar?
Wear what? The shirt?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You probably need to go branded, right?
No, I can wear whatever I want in the webinar. Do you not like my shirt?
I mean, it's a bit.
I would wear an Edge sweatshirt, but I don't have one, so.
Wow. See, I see what he's doing there.
All right.
I see what he's
Camera sent me a sweatshirt. They love
Shots fired.
doing.
Vix gave me a sweatshirt a couple years ago.
That's
Gonna have to
good.
get a new one, but
I don't know what he's going for here.
will work for swag.
You've got some mugs. Shut up, okay? My gosh.
All broken already.
All right. Let's get into the show here. From Barry Schwartz over at Search Engine Land. Google is bringing continuous scroll to desktop search results. Google's now rolling out continuous scroll. You get that? Scroll in, scroll in, scroll. You didn't like that, huh?
I'm over here
That
jamming.
was a good rawhide riff
Yeah,
right there.
I'm jamming.
Okay.
You know, you're continuously trying to get into the news, but we're not actually scrolling into it.
Let's scroll into it. All right. Google initially brought continuous scroll to mobile search in October 2021. And it's here now for desktop search results. Literally, just do it yourself and see what you think here. What are your initial thoughts, Morty, about infinite scroll?
Infinite. I have infinite thoughts.
It's really not infinite.
Hold
It's
on,
continuous
scrolling.
scroll.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to troll Barry on Twitter. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm with you.
This is a show, right?
Is he still making that animation right now?
I think he is. He's
still-
not done.
He's waiting for it to end.
I have 2 new Barry gifts. You can taking a cup and throwing it away. Cup, back, whatever. I think it's good. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
I don't think it's going to have the impact like on mobile, because on mobile you can literally flick through like 10 folds in a second.
Right.
But if you have something, let's say on the e-com server, where you have these massive carousels that are pulled in from Google Merchant Center, from Google Shopping.
Yep.
When you didn't have continuous scroll, that wasn't part of your way of thinking about desktop.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of would stop and not see the results below it, in theory.
Right.
But now with continuous scroll, I guess there's a greater chance that you would start to think to scroll past those kind of ginormous carousels and see the rest of the organic results.
Mm-hmm.
As time goes on, that may become part of the user behavior. I don't know. You know who wrote an article about this? Glenn Gabe.
Did he?
Yeah, I didn't read it yet because I just saw it like 15 minutes ago.
We're going to jump on that. We're going to be
But,
talking to Glenn here real quick. They're also showing a lot of additional elements, all the different rich features and the SERP features, but you're going to see this start moving towards MUM, right, and having many more videos and different interactive elements. I mean, that's what you can see right now on the continuous scroll on mobile, right? There's a lot. As soon as you hit that second and third screen,
Yeah.
that
Well,
thing
that's
starts.
what they had to do. Like when they announced infinite scroll on mobile, or continuous scroll rather on mobile,
Mhm.
immediately before, or right after, I think it was right before, they made the mobile SERP way more visual.
Right.
Right, they have larger images, more clusters of images, because you have to. If you're going to have continuous scroll, you're just going to see the standard, descriptions and URLs and titles. It's kind of boring. So they had to make that dynamic with a continuous scroll for it to work on mobile.
There's also an impact on ads that's being hotly debated. It was actually a pretty big focus in October. Carolyn Iden had a good article just talking about what Infinite actually has to do now with top of the page bidding as well, and how those metrics are actually going to change. I expect another article coming out of Search Engine Land focused specifically on this, because mobile advertising is a heck of a lot different than desktop advertising, and you got a good deal more real estate on that desktop search, and all of a sudden the bottom of the page ads are pretty much going to be going away, right?
Yeah, but also the one difference though is like on mobile, like I'm scrolling through it now, like you can really like scroll for a long time.
Yeah.
Like on desktop, you might scroll a little further down than you may have before, or you may not.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming again our brains start getting trained to the fact there's more results if I keep scrolling. But on mobile, man, you can scroll like 3-4 flicks. Is that
Absolutely.
the official term for it.
That is, I think
And
so.
what Google does is basically like at the end of each what would be page 1
Mm-hmm.
and beginning of page 2, they put more ads there.
Yeah,
Right,
keep
so if
on
you go
inserting them in.
now-
Yep.
Yeah, so like what would have been page 2 is now you can see the demarcation because there's another set of ads.
That's the
I don't
That's
see
the
that
page
happening.
break, basically.
Yeah, it's basically a page up. I don't see that happening on desktop because even if with continuous scrolling, you're not going to scroll that much more. I can't imagine. I would know if I read a Glenn's article, but I didn't read it yet.
Do you want to go over there and read it? And we'll pause here for a second so you can check
Yeah,
that out.
I have to keep trolling Barry, and I'll read Glenn's article at the same time.
I think you should just have an opinion about the article without reading it. What do you think of the article, Morty?
What do you think I am, an SEO?
Excellent. Well, I mean, it's here, and I think this is just another place where we're going to have that multi-application experience there. They're going to keep us, they're wanting to keep us in this environment more and more. So if we can keep on scrolling, right? And from a desktop research standpoint, are you going to scroll that much? To your point, Morty, you're probably going to get 2 or 3 screens down, but you got a lot more real estate, a lot more information on the screen, right?
It's not the same kind of experience. Also, Glenn's article is how to analyze the impact of continuous scroll in Google's desktop search results.
Cool.
Using Analytics Edge and the GSC API.
Oh, we got to dive into that. Fantastic. We'll check it out. All right. So let us know, Edge audience, what you think about the infinite scroll. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's staying here permanently. Don't you?
Yeah, it's not like they're going back to pagination.
No.
Continuous scroll continuously forever.
Forever. Yes. All right. Search Engine Journal from Matt Southern. Google rolls out the December 2022 helpful content update. And darn it, we didn't get it in last week because they had just released it right before we recorded. All right. Google confirms another helpful content update is starting to roll out across search results. It began December 5th and will take up about 2 weeks. And that's honestly, we couldn't get Glenn on the show because he's going, hey, by the way, we've got a big update coming through here. So he's got to pay attention to that. So we're going to reschedule him. But here's the story. If you don't know, the helpful content update actually got released in August of this year. And this is the second iteration of that. They confirmed on December 5th. It'll take about 2 weeks to roll through. According to Google's new terminology, a ranking system refers to augmentation of Google's algorithm that's consistently running in the background. So this helpful content system is what we're hearing a new update to. And that was actually with a new terminology and the entire new set of documentation regarding algorithms and systems that was rolled out a couple weeks back. Google's helpful content system is designed to reward web pages created for people rather than search engines. It aims to elevate content and adds unique value to the web above and beyond what's broadly available from other publishers. Now, we also were aware that this was also kind of a focus on AI written content. So here's another roll through of an improvement on that or an update to that. And Glenn's already pointing out a heck of a lot of drops in sites just over the last week. Morty, you've been tracking on that, right?
Yeah, I haven't dived into it the way Glenn has yet, but it's interesting. First off, it's in all languages now, which is interesting. I mean, Google said they're not targeting AI content specifically, just low quality content, which kind of means AI content.
Yeah.
You'd have to think that they're considering about AI content when developing things like this because, well, for a bunch of reasons. One is it works at the domain level, which I think is the way that Google's going to start distinguishing content going forward in a more heavily handed way.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I saw something on Twitter earlier today. Let's say you have I don't know, you have a website and they basically have an FAQ. I don't know, basic information that's been done a million times before. I don't know, what are snow tires? How do you change a tire? Things that have been done a million times before that you have on your website because you need it for your audience. That makes sense for AI to write that stuff. Why do I need to write that for? It's been done a million times. AI could probably do it. It's possible Google pulls it into a feature snippet, right? And let's just say for argument's sake, all of the snippetable content, just to make the argument, all of the snippetable content for featured snippets is all written by AI.
Mm-hmm.
Take that crazy scenario. How does Google decide which one shows up in a feature snippet at that point?
Exactly, because it's all base quality. There's no subject matter expertise.
Per page, it's all going to be the same thing. So I think that they're going to double down on site-wide metrics.
Yeah.
Site-wide quality. So yes, your AI written answer will rank above my AI written answer because my site has established itself as an authority around tires contextually, semantically, through all the hard work that they actually did on the other pages.
So you're going to be looking at content that is more maybe utilitarian. It doesn't need that level of subject matter expertise. However, the rest of the content on the website tips the scale to be able to get that featured snippet.
That's where I'm thinking we're going theoretically. It's just a theory,
Mhm.
but it get like things like the helpful content update being site-wide, again, quality is domain level metric, kind of to me speaks to that. I don't see this kind of like update. Like obviously, like Glenn and Lily, they're gonna dive in and show all the different websites that got hit. I don't see this being this like pervasive kind of update that's like a broad across the board. I see a lot of like weird movement happening. I see a lot of weird things happening on the SERP. Like in the podcast space, that podcast carousel, ever since the helpful content update, it's been whacked out of its mind. I just don't see this as like a core update where you have so many, all like the whole web is like being hit by. I think it's a much different kind of rollout, a much different kind of progression of algorithmic event kind of thing.
How often are you watching featured snippet reshuffling in different featured areas on the SERP itself?
I used to watch it really closely. I haven't watched it in a while, to be honest with you.
Just wondering if all of a sudden we see a shifting sands happening on the SERPs and organic ranking doesn't really get affected, but all of a sudden the featured snippets as well as PAAs get reshuffled with that type of kind of cleaning the clocks of any type of AI writing so it can actually kind of reset everything. Do you think that we're going to be in a space where we are going to be using AI to be able to write a lot of these utilitarian pieces?
Not going away. And I don't see why not. Like, that's what I mean. Like, if you're answering a question of like, how to change a tire, like, what are you going to write that is different than what's already been done 1,000 times before?
Right.
At this point, nothing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Which, by the way, I am very down on AI writers. Like, I'm not into them. So the fact that I'm saying that, I guess it's like
you're not into the AI writers. You don't hang out with them. Maybe I just haven't included you in the club, man.
I guess not. Maybe because I hate them.
Well, we have another article coming up here that allows you to expand upon that. Before anything, we are proud to have Site Strategics as a sponsor of Edge of the Web. Our core specialties.
Prolonged. There's a new sponsor coming.
Well, our core specialties are technical SEO, including core web vitals optimization, SEM social media management and marketing, as well as conversion rate optimization, results-based marketing that works. So give us a shout over at 877 SEO for Web or 877-736-4932.
Is the new sponsor going to be Local Blitz?
No.
No, Local Blitz.
Keep
SEO
guessing. What's your next guess, Morty?
63rd place in Indianapolis. Like, there's no.
Go ahead, keep guessing, Morty.
How about Rattel SEO over on Udell Street in Indianapolis?
He's trolling local now. No.
I'm just taking a look at the local pack for Indianapolis SEO agency.
I see what you're doing there.
Keep going.
The Site Strategic is there,
Yeah.
but so are these other folks.
Yes. No, we would not approach another marketing firm here in our region of the country. All right. So
I'm wondering if they came to you, like try to like usurp Site Strategics to get themselves in.
No, that would be interesting. Nobody's ever given us that call for some odd reason.
What if they agree to go by second best in the region?
Second best? If they're the second best SEO company in the region,
we'll let them advertise.
we'll let them advertise. All right, here it is. Teeing it up for you over at Search Engine Journal. Roger Monti gives us ChatGPT for content and SEO. There's the sentence right there. ChatGPT is the artificial intelligence chatbot that also wrote the first intro of this show. It can take directions and accomplish tasks like writing essays, even structured data, if you can believe that. There are numerous issues to understand before making a decision on how to use it for content and SEO. The number of key points in here, I want to get to them, but first and foremost, Morty, you hate them, huh?
I don't hate them. I just don't like. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think the people who like there are writers, and there are people who can't write. And I would tend to think, I know like that, right? I'm gonna let it out. That the people who like the AI writers, those are the ones who can't write.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be me.
And the ones who don't like them are the ones who can write.
I know I can't write.
See, he's like, oh yeah, give me that GPT-3.
I'm busy running cameras, man.
Oh, you know what though? Image AI is after you.
That's true. I'm using it.
I love
It's
image
fun.
AI. Like, I don't know how to take a picture.
It's fun. I like it.
All right, so you're all positioning yourselves with your new bot friends there, huh? Well, ChatGPT is actually down right now. Nobody can use it because it's trying to scale up. So
Nice.
I don't know if it's nobody. It's just
there's a crap ton of people using it.
someone's in there.
Well, it's finals, so every college kid's running over to ChatGPT to get their essays written.
Imagine.
Oh my gosh! You better believe it. You better. So how can we tell? How can we even?
Never thought of that before.
Oh my gosh!
I can't believe I never thought of that angle before.
Heck yeah! I mean, if you see what.
No, yeah, I know. You know, like why write a paper? You could be smoking weed in the dorm.
Oh, it's back up, you guys.
Yay! All right. So here's the deal. How can teachers even combat this? They wouldn't understand how to even push back on this.
Thinking, how do I get AI to grade it now?
Oh, see, you got a nice little ecosystem right there, don't you?
You just don't care. It's
Symbiotic
like, yeah,
relationship. All right, so ChatGPT, for those of you who are wondering what we're talking about here, it's a large language model like GPT-3, all right? And GPT 3.5 is the underlying functionality or system for ChatGPT. So you can actually go to, what's the URL? ChatGPT.
It is chat.openai.com.
.openai.com.
Yep.
Check it out. Throw something in there, and you'd be surprised what actually comes back. It's actually truly amazing because it doesn't look like your conventional AI writer. It actually writes some pretty interesting stuff, all things being equal.
I asked it if OJ did it, and it said it didn't know. So we all know OJ did it. How smart is AI?
And it does not provide any information later than 2021. That's the one of the restrictions. What is it?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
Yep.
Huh.
Jacob, ask it if OJ did it.
Oh my gosh. This is what the listeners come in to the edge for, right?
They're loving it.
And
How
I-
do you do it? I'm sorry, but
I'm
I'm unable
sorry.
to answer that question, as I'm a language model trained by OpenAI.
So here are some of the restrictions on ChatGPT. It will not respond to anything that has sexual connotation or violence.
Oh, that's the OJ thing. That's why I won't.
Yeah,
respond to
exactly,
it.
exactly. It's got some restrictions there. It won't give you any information that's older than 2021. Any type of explicit graphic violence information or anything harmful as instructions on how to build an explosive device, right? It's unaware of current events. It's got some built-in biases as well. That's interesting in its own right. They have an example of how the bias changes the output. Roger says he asked ChatGPT to write a story in the style of Raymond Carver and another one in the style of mystery writer Raymond Chandler. Both stories had upbeat endings and were uncharacteristic of both writers.
That's deep.
That is deep. All right, so here's the deal. How in the world are we going to be able to figure out this, that the AI writing's out there, right? So helpful content, like we started the show with, the new updates out there, helpful content is going to be digging through AI as one of their, that is against Google's guidelines. We reported on this before. Using AI writing for SEO purposes, for ranking purposes, is against Google's guideline. So this entire article is a good instruction of what ChatGPT is, but would you ever use it for rankability of a website? Would you actually move that content in, have it all written, right? And use it as a pillar page for ranking? That's the question. And
Kind of. I would write a product description with it,
right,
or a header. Even John Mueller said a while back he can imagine like you're gonna have an AEO tools that will create headers for you.
yep,
Like it's what I mean. Like it's not going away. Like if looking for like I feed it my article. I wrote the whole article and I can't think of a good title.
right.
What's a good title for this? I have a whole article about OJ. Did he do it? I don't know. But I have a whole article here. Write a title.
Sure. If it's used as a tool to help, writer's block and what have you. If it's an augmentation, but it can't be the substance of that. Here's what's really cool.
I want a better product description though. Like write a product description for jeans. I don't know. Like let's ask it. Right? I just a product description
While they're doing that, I'll tell the listeners something that's actually important here. There can be some ways to actually see how this was written, and more importantly, whether or not this was an AI bot writing this. So there is some interest in invisible watermarking. Morty, do you know what invisible watermarking is for AI written content?
Write a product description for bootcut jeans. Bootcut jeans are a classic and versatile style of denim that are perfect for any casual outfit. These jeans feature a slight flare at the bottom of the leg opening, creating a balanced silhouette that is flattering on any body type. Made from high-quality denim, these jeans are designed to be durable and comfortable, with a bit of stretch for added flexibility.
It's wonderful. It's amazing. So they're all going to sound. They're all going to sound the same.
They already do sound the same.
You are correct. They do. All right. So how do you tell AI written content, except for the fact that they all sound the same, right? There are going to be some factors of sewing in invisible watermarks. And this is what's really cool. Usage of words, in particular proximity to other words, as well as punctuation, are going to be the key coding that engines can actually see and recognize that this was actually bot written content. How is that going to fly? If you're actually rolling out and identifying AI written content with this watermark, I ask you.
Sounds interesting.
I'll jump in. It's only going to work for the bots that do that. If ChatGPT offers that, that's fine. But another bot may not, or another bot may use a different method. So it really only works if someone's using one that is doing that. So everyone will just figure out where the watermarks are and then avoid those tools, most likely, if they're using it for malicious reasons.
We need regulatory commissions on this to be able to.
Oh, come on.
All right, so check this out. One of our sponsors, nlinks.net, Dixon Jones actually wrote and posted up on LinkedIn that nlinks.net actually can create ChatGPT prompts that are pretty specific in its prompting. You got to go check that out over at edgeofthewebradio.com/nlinks, INLIKS. It's a great enterprise level entity SEO software. The whole factor here is that they're constantly evolving. He actually jumped in there and provided some information. And I'm not making the recommendation to use it for complete AI writing, but if you need some prompts, nlinks actually is doing that in its content brief software. So check that out. Go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/nlinks today to claim your free nlinks account and start creating content that will actually outperform your other competitors out there. And if you're competing against their own AI, maybe the nlinks prompted AI will be the winner. How about that? Morty, is he still there?
I'm talking to the.
No, he left.
Chat.
He's gone.
I'm talking to the chat.
Okay,
I asked her,
go ahead.
who was Aaron Sparks? Didn't know. What is the best SEO podcast? Didn't know.
Now, I copy and pasted the last article that you just did, and I said, summarize this in 280 characters or less, and it kicked out a paragraph for me.
Ah, cool.
So that's kind of nice.
That's
cool. That's neat.
Summaries and extracts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. Swinging back around for a quick couple of things over at Search Engine Roundtable to finish out this podcast. Google's John Mueller says HTML sitemaps should never be needed. When was the last time you actually generated an HTML sitemap, Morty?
Crystal loves them.
Really?
Actually. Yeah, she's a big fan.
Why is she a big fan?
To ask her.
Okay, I'll slack her in.
No, but it's a way. Ask her. But she's got a whole thing on HTML sitemaps. But yeah, it's like a way of making sure that Google does know.
Yeah, it's Spiderable and what have you. In 2019.
Maybe it doesn't know it as well as John's saying that it does. But then John's saying that it doesn't, Crystal saying no, and that's a whole fight right there.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
You're going to get me in trouble with Crystal now. You feel like the one person I'm scared of.
She'll kick your butt, man. All right. There was a poll Marie Haynes actually rolled out. Hey, poll, do you believe link building is less effective now compared to a few years ago? 40% of SEOs say link building is as effective as it always was. That was 935 votes on that particular poll. It ended November 30th. So links, we're being told by Google that links are not as important, but we're hearing a little bit different story from the SEO community. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I mean, who would imagine SEOs be like, oh, links are still just as important as they were during page rank.
Sensing sarcasm there, sir.
But what do you think the lag would be between Google? Like, if Google pulled the switch right now and said, "Okay, we're not going to worry about links ever again."
Right.
If you're polling people that had success a month ago, then they're still going to say it still works. There's going to be some time before they have that. So
you're right.
It's a trend.
Let's ask GPT-3.
Yeah, let's ask GPT-3.
He doesn't have any information later than 2021.
It's true.
Yes, links are still an important factor in search engine optimization. Search
But that's
engines use
2021.
quality of website and a website with blah 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 blah. There's even cookie cutter content you've read everywhere else on the SEO planet. It's no better. It's no worse. It's literally the same crap.
Who knew? All right. Last point. This is something that's interesting. And I wish they wouldn't keep on carving this stuff up. But Google tests removing estimated numbers of searches on the search result again. So the number of different Twitter users have very caught actually showing the removal of the number of full searches, a number of total searches for that particular query, pulled it out of the Google SERP and is replacing it not with anything, it changing up maybe the navigation links itself. But my gosh, that's so disconcerting. Seeing that you can't see anything except for what's in front of you. You are blind to the value of the marketplace by not being able to see that many pages of that result. Morty, I want to know where we're ranking in the midst of 9 million documents. Isn't that reasonable to want?
Yeah, it's already not there for half the queries, by the way. When Google shows like a top, we actually cover this on SERPs Up SEO podcast over at wix.com/SEO/learn/podcast. Crystal and I cover this because we thought, well, maybe it's new, maybe it's not new, over at wix.com/SEO/learn/podcast.
Holy crap.
No,
How many of them? There's so many.
They're slugging over there.
What we found is that when you have a top of the SERP filter,
Yeah.
then Google makes a bidding decision, and gets rid of the number of results.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's
gotcha. If you're using it
like-
for that filtering.
Right, so they take that space and they use it for that filter instead. So this is not new in a
Got
lot of ways. Those numbers have been gone on a lot of the SERPs for a long time. You heard it here second, because you heard it here first on the SERPs Up SEO podcast.
Gosh. All right. Can somebody get me out of here? What's happening on SEO chat this week?
Luke Davis is talking about web performance and
Ah.
SEO. Do they collide? Yes, they do. Find out how on SEO chat, #SEO chat on Twitter this week, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
See, he doesn't
For
do a
daylight
gratuitous plug on that, but he'll come back around and plug his URL continually on this show. There's got to be a flag on the play here.
This show has gotten so much longer since Morty started promoting his show. What's that URL again, Morty?
Wix.com.
All right. Check it out. Hey, proud to be part of the Wix team as well as they crank out the podcast each and every week. Thank you very much, Morty. Appreciate the opportunity. And hey, it's great material. It really is.
I appreciate you fixing my mic this past week. That was a mess.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Sorry.
All right. Thanks so much, Morty. Thank you for participating. I guess that was a participation. Think so?
You want me to participate more next time?
Let me think about that.
Careful what you wish for.
I'm saying. I'm going to give him the mic. Put him in the captain's seat again.
Please don't.
Burn this ship. Find me the nearest iceberg right into it.
Ooh, too soon.
No.
Too soon.
All right, I'm calling it. That's it for The Edge this week. Thank you very much for listening to our show. Be sure to check out our interview series podcast as it drops here around Thursday each and every week. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updated when we go live, as well as drop different nuggets of gold out there from a video standpoint. From all of us over at Edge, make sure that you go over to ratethispodcast.com/Edge today. Let us know how we do on this show as well, and maybe the others out there. Maybe not this show. Who knows? If you liked the ChatGPT intro, let us know.
I think you should use ChatGPT to write a review of the show.
Oh, that's
no.
brilliant. Yeah.
Come on,
Let's do
there's
it.
a good reason to test it out.
Or wait. To go after the competitors, have GPT for them.
I wonder who could be competing with us. That would be.
I don't
Check out
remember
that
the
voice.
URL. It's too long.
Well, now the voice of search guy.
Oh, not Ben. Come on.
I'm just messing.
We were just on his show. But that SEO rant guy, we'll take him down.
Yeah, hey, go ahead, go for it.
Go ahead. All right. Hey, from all of us over at Edge, thanks for listening. Be safe, be well, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.